Hi, Zobble1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox. This is footage from the recent CG. I had a lot of fun up at the CG trying to pirate people. It was kind of frustrating but kind of fun as well. There was not many customers, and the customers I was getting was a lot of cutters that were just submitting and then immediately low waking, which, if you know what you're doing in a cutter and you submit and low wake, you're very hard to pirate. Incredibly hard to pirate. You have to drop in, get lucky enough to be within 500 meters so your hatch breaker gets past their point defense, and then you also have to be lucky enough to hit them with the grom bomb within the short space of time before they can jump back up. And if they've got a fast boot FSD, it's very, very difficult to pirate people in cutters. Always has been, unless you use a cutter yourself, and then it's easier. But I don't have a cutter in my fleet anymore. I've had this conversation with Selfish of the One quite a bit recently, because he runs a cutter for trade and he goes to submit and then low wake straight back up, and he gets annoyed because we chain interdict him, but then he refuses to give us cargo, so we chain interdict him to hope to annoy him enough that he will submit and give us some cargo, because if you give us some cargo you get 24-hour pass and thus save yourself the pain of the chain interdictions. But he's not willing to submit and give cargo. So I have been working on a method of robbing cutters more efficiently, switching out a couple of my ship builds. In fact, just effectively putting the grom bomb on my clipper, which has the size 7A hatch breaker. This is a new attempt because effectively that's got a much faster limpet, and a limpet that can hack in 2 seconds. So as far as piracy tools go, that's my new plan for dealing with cutters. The other one would be get a cutter, but I'm not into cutters. They're very dull. They're for people who don't like taking risks. And I prefer trading in my Type 9, and I prefer pirating in small and medium-sized ships, and weaker ships that are more fun. A little bit of pickpocketing, goes a long way. And the CG was quite good fun. I mean, I had some no cargoes, I had some action, there were some people, so it was nice to bump into people, nice to roleplay with people, and roleplay the piracy thing, because that's ultimately what I enjoy doing in this game, is the roleplay piracy. Playing the part of a pirate, actually interdicting people, scanning them with a manifest scanner, and then letting them go if they have no cargo, because if they have no cargo I have no interest in them. And that may seem odd to some people, but I have no interest in killing people for no reason. I have no interest in killing people pretty much full stop. Even like most of my 1v1s, it does annoy me when you can't message the person direct, so you end up typing it direct and then you have to retype it into local. That's kind of annoying, but happens all the time. A lot of people have privacy settings where you can't message them, or they're appearing offline and the message doesn't go through properly. Happens all the time. I should always switch to just messaging in local. But overall, my job as a pirate is to scan people, come into system, see if they've got cargo that I want, and then rob them if they have. I did manage to successfully pirate 2 people in my time at this CG. I didn't have the greatest amount of time on Earth to do anything at this CG. I did take a few days off playing Elite Dangerous. It's never a bad thing to recharge the batteries, and I had a lot of television to catch up on. So I took some days off, didn't play for about 3 days. Didn't play any games on my Xbox for 3 days. But happily just, had a little bit of a recharge of the batteries, and enjoyed some time off. But like I say, the robbing a cutter is quite tough. There I hit him with my grom bomb, but Wolf here hit me with 3 mines. That's just mean. Hit me with an ion mine. I mean, to be honest, at this rate, I am thinking of rebuying a cutter and getting it done up for piracy so I can mass lock these guys. Because, man, they're getting into dirty tactics at this point. But I gotta say, fair play. I mean, the cutter is very hard to pirate if you don't use a cutter, and I don't use a cutter. I should really go pirating with Polo and Orc more often, who have both used pirate cutters. Scooby's got a pirate cutter. I prefer the smaller, faster ships. So, I'm quite happy to play support for them while they do the mass locking for me. But Type 9s, we do love a Type 9, so you will always get something eventually. Persistence pays off when it comes to roleplay piracy and PvP piracy. and a lot of the time it's just like hanging out, chatting with friends, just spending some time, chilling out in game, watching the star, waiting for the right ship at the right time, and then robbing it. And yeah, I had to comment to Wolf about those. So mine's just rude. But then I did chain interdict him about 9 or 10 times on the trot to try and get some cargo out of him. And like I say, he dropped me one trinket, which was quite nice of him. But I did manage to eventually get some cargo. I got this non-compliant Type 9 who didn't want to stop. But Type 9, he didn't submit, which you should really submit if you don't want to get trapped. But 40 seconds alone with me, you're going to get hatch breakered. And yeah, it's nice and easy to pirate someone when they make those sort of mistakes and give you all the time in the world to pirate them. But, you know, I wasn't being greedy. I didn't go crazy or anything. I think I'm aiming with 2 hatch breakers or 1. I can't remember. It might have been 2. But, you know, it is nice to just pick up some cargo from someone, and it counts towards the CG, which is great. I love completing CGs without actually doing anything towards the CG. And because of our commitment due to PPI, I did make sure I did the community goal in favour of the people that have paid their PPI. Just to be nice, I put any tons I put in towards the group that have paid us off, so we don't attack their BGS. Because we didn't really think of community goals when we do PPI, but yeah, technically it's BGS. So, you know, the person who paid us off did contact us and mention it. And I think me and Polo come down to the community goal and did a little bit of piracy. But we didn't come down en masse, and we didn't do a lot of piracy at the CG. So, you know, just one of those things. I got a few tons of cargo, and yeah, that was about that, really. I mean, at the end of the night, I just went and handed in my wares, and I've got to say, quiet CG, not many people around. I didn't see a lot of PvPers up here, I didn't see a lot of lawfuls up here. It was a very odd, kind of subdued CG. Not many people doing it. I don't think there was any modules on offer or anything like that, or anything anyone was interested in. I think it was something like AX missiles, I can't even remember. But yeah, it didn't seem to be something that captured the community's imagination. So it was a pretty peaceful CG. I handed in, I think, 8 tons towards the CG, which was enough to get the top 100% people reward. And I got my 1 trinket, which was on the black market. But overall, just a nice evening's entertainment, pirating at the CG, and hopefully we get some good CGs, because we didn't get one this week. So maybe we'll get one Thursday. I'll actually probably release this video on the day when the new CG comes out. So hopefully, fingers crossed, when you're seeing this video tomorrow, hopefully we have a new CG. But, you know, if not, there are other places to pirate and other people to rob. This was the only interaction I had with the police down here. I happened to be in my Cobra, was in the station. I was tempted to just land up and see how long this policeman would wait for me outside, but you know, I thought, nah, I'm not going to entertain fighting him in the no fire zone around the station. I'm just going to leave. I didn't have crimes on when he started shooting at me, and I wasn't really worried about him shooting at me. I did ask him what he was shooting me with, because the flash of light, I thought it was the new plasma chargers that he missed me with then, and it was the new plasma chargers. They have a really, really fast shot speed, but they're not really worth it. They don't do enough damage. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.